So, as a little disclaimer, I just want to put this out here. I'm going to be doing something very different as far as how I'm going to be doing these chapter reviews. So, this one I'm going to combine the chapters 260 and, of course, 261. That way, it's more cohesive as far as what happens in the actual events of these two chapters. And also, I just want to put it together in one big mega video so that way I don't have to do too much editing. Anyway, to get to the main crux of the video, let's just begin, okay? So, the return of Satoru Gojo. Is it real? Well, let's just get into the chapter. So we start 260 off with a bang, with the return of Toto, the Godo, of obviously JJK, of all anime history, the best brother of all anime. Now look, I love Choso. I really do. He is my glorious blooded king. But Toto has my heart. I cannot let this slide. He has returned with re-boogie woogie. Now, obviously, the way he did it, the way he returned to the battlefield, the way he returned to Jujutsu World was simple. Binding vows. He's also going to do a binding vow. He was just like, yeah, nah, we can do it too. Let me slap a binding vow on me real quick. And I swear to Christ, bro, Gege could have put anything on that nub, but he puts this ridiculous thing. And yes, I understand what it does. I don't care. He could have had anything have this weird ability to do this. It's JJK. This isn't real world physics, okay? You could literally put anything there to have him have a multi-clap. Either way, he's here. Toto's here. He's here to stay, and I enjoy it. So he's going crazy. He's literally swapping and swapping to places like he's Nightcrawler. I mean, the dude is going crazy. Getting off of licks on Sukuna like it's nobody's business. And of course, Yuji's throwing in his vengeful licks in as well. He's got nothing but Chozo on the brain. And so do I. He's gone. And then, bro, they're just going ham. Like, I think this whole chapter is really just them going me. Bro, they're just throwing them bitches, bro. Literally straight up throwing them bitches. And of course, obviously, there is exposition as well, explaining the ins and outs of it. But honestly, I think it's really just mainly them boxing. And honestly, it's the only part I'm going to cover anyway, because, yeah, that's the important part.
A few minutes later.
Well, until we'll get there. So yeah, I think it's interesting that Sukuna is reflecting on the fact that Mei does put crows places. I didn't even think he remembered this shawty or even really cared about her for real. You know, the live streamer who was literally sending super chats to her bank account. But hey, neither here nor there. Get that bag. I feel you.
Stop that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
But yeah, Mei does her thing, of course, as she always does, throwing in support when it benefits her, of course, because, you know, money. But hey, man, Gojo did say, hey, the best way to achieve things with the sorcerer is to be selfish. But hey, I think someone else took that as advice.
A few minutes later.
I'm just going to get to the next chapter now because obviously I got to. So, chapter 261. So No More Names Available basically says that he takes issue with Professor Xavier throughout the entire series. And if he was a mutant, he would wipe out humanity as well. Anyways, he says basically he hopes all this leads to Krakoa and the Hell Gala arcs in the comics. Now, personally, I don't really share the mindset of, you know, wiping out people. You know, genocide is not exactly fun, but I get what you mean as far as Xavier being annoying. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. The return of Gojo. Did he actually return? Did the world's strongest sorcerer return to the battlefield as the honored one? No. He's dead. If anything, this chapter literally just confirms that Gojo's dead and gone. Yeah, Gojo fans, I'm gonna need y'all to do me a favor. Cry. Your tears will be used as substance for me for the longest time. I know it hurts y'all. I know it makes y'all want to just curl up into a ball and, you know, cast a simple domain on y'all life. But personally, it's over. It's Gojo over. He's never coming back now. And you motherfuckers still coping in every comment section of every major YouTuber I ever found. Like, bro, y'all know it's over, right? His corpse is laying there. There is no RCT. There is no, him going north or south. Like, no. His body is literally rotting now. It's over. Cry about it. Cry about it. Anyway, moving on. Of course, honestly, this chapter really was a eulogy for Satoru Gojo, believe it or not. Like, it was really that deep. Like, the whole chapter, now that I think about it, like the flashback chapter and all the other chapters involving Gojo, it was really just Gege trying to help the fans cope with the fact that he's not coming back. And I gotta respect Gege for sticking to his guns, because a part of me, as much as I hate to admit it, kind of wanted Gojo to come back. For one, hate videos, of course, nothing but slander. But another part of me still wanted to hate on Gojo. Like, this ain't one of those times where I actually get some character development and I like Gojo. Like, nigga, get the fuck out of here. Anyway, this chapter really was a lot of interesting throwbacks, a lot of callbacks to what happened with Satoru Gojo behind the scenes before the battle with Sukuna. And honestly, yeah, you kind of get what Yuta was going through as far as him being hesitant to even do this. Because for one, that's his master. He took him in to the Jujutsu realm. And on top of that, gave him new motivation to even become a sorcerer instead of just crawling up and, croaking. Stood down with his master 10 toes. He was like, bro, he's a person, bruh. And when you think about it, of course, Gojo was only seen as a, vessel for the Six Eyes and the Limitless. He was never really seen as, a guy. And like, I think I've been humanizing Gojo more than anyone else. Because, I hate that bastard.
Oh my God, bro. Is dick riding all you do?
But anyway, fans just keep waiting for him to come back, and I don't give a damn, personally. But to get back into the chapter, well, this is the chapter, now that I think about it. It's really just like primarily flashback sequences. Fans basically needing to say goodbye to Satoru. It's like a lot of flashbacks, a lot of, stories of my life type of deal, like, oh, how did I end up in this position type of energy. Whole chapter with bits and pieces of the overall fight in this chapter. And honestly, man, I enjoyed reading this, getting more in the head of Satoru Gojo and Yuta Okkotsu and what they were going through in these times of peril. Like, I understand him a lot more than I used to.
A few minutes later.
And I still don't like this bastard. Yeah, he shouldered the burden. Yeah. He had nothing but pain in his heart because no one saw him as a person. Well, I'm sorry, buddy. Get over it. Cry about it. Like, bro, and oh wow, you shouldered the burden of being strongest and being seen as a monster, and oh, the higher ups took it too far. Oh, you killed the higher ups, even though I thought it was Yuta. I'm not gonna lie, I really did thought it was Yuta. I'm not gonna lie, it feels more fitting if it is Yuta than Gojo. Not gonna hold you, no hate at all. Like, this is not Gojo hate when I say it. It really does feel more like Yuta would have did it than actually Gojo. And yeah. As far as the chapter overall, yeah, they ended off with a literal domain clash and Sukuna's recognition of Yuta Okkotsu's resolve and the things he's willing to do to actually get this dub. Will he get the dub next chapter? Or will Gege have the odds forever be in my favor? Either way, I'm actually hyped for the next chapter of JJK. Not because Gojo's rotting corpse is walking around again. Suck it, Gojo fans. Not just because that Gojo's freaking head has those prelude stitches that show that he's literally dead. It's not just the fact that we got confirmation that Gojo is dead. I have said this so many times and I'm not gonna stop. I love it. I fucking love it, Gojo fans. Cry.